Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're back doing another Dominaria Intermediate Swiss Draft League, and we opened Rite of Belzenlock, which is a great card. So we're going to take this over Siobhan Fire and Elfhame Druid, and that's that. Follow-up pick. I've heard this card is very, very good. I like it a lot, actually. So probably taking that over Llanowar Elf. There's also Blessed Light, though. Jeez. I've heard this card is really good, though. Maybe I'd rather just have something that exiles. That actually might make more sense. Blessed Light might just be better. Okay. I mean, this is an actual saga, so it's a historic card, which is kind of cool, but I'm probably just taking Blessed Light and being pretty happy with that. This card's pretty excellent. Okay. Best card now, probably Spore Swarm. Instant speed, Saprolings. There's Urgoros in black, which is fine. Candle, more removal. I like it. It's also historic. Sentry, Call the Cavalry. Good card, certainly playable. I mean, we're just taking the best cards for now. I don't really care about committing to either of these cards. So I may just want to take the Spore Swarm, which I do think is the best card here because it's instant speed. Otherwise, Candle you can play in any deck, which is nice. And it's removal. I'm going to take the Swarm, though. I think this card is really good. Instant speed creatures. And then follow up with Tetsuko is kind of cool. Some good synergy. But there's also a Journey Mage. Spore Swarm also has good Rite of Belzenlock synergy, which is kind of cool. I kind of want to take Tetsuko. Journey Mage is excellent too, like I said. I think this card is really strong, though, if you can make it work. It's also Ancient Animus. The fact that it's power or toughness is super relevant. Just lets you get in there. I love the Journey Mage, too. You know how much I love Journey Mage. I'm going to take Tetsuko, though. Alright. So now we can take Onslaught, which doesn't really synergize well with Tetsuko, but is a strong card with Saprolings. Otherwise, Soul Salvage, Macy Unicorn. I'll probably just take the Onslaught. This card is good. Instant speed, really strong. So here there's a Phoenix, there's an Assistant. I actually like Chronicler, but we're already kind of dipped into a lot of colors here. Although Chronicler is kind of cool with Spore Swarm and Onslaught. And Blessed Light, I guess. There's no other white in here, but you can splash potentially. And there's Warcry Phoenix, which is kind of whatever, it flies. And there's a Snapper, which has hexproof, which is good. Not sure. I don't really care about any of this. I'm going to take the Snapper. None of it was kind of blowing me away. Fungal Infection in black. Excavator. Just for milling. Urza's Toma is not bad. Do currently only have 2 historic spells. And then there's an Assistant, which flies. Once again, none of these cards are really blowing me away. I better sort by color and sort of see what my best options are at. It looks like my best options are in black, green at the moment. Maybe even splash white. Possibly splash blue. We'll take the Infection just because nothing in here is really all that good. So Shard is historic, it ramps. Evangel is just a 2-drop, not exciting. Divination is usually pretty good. Arcane Flight can let you go over top. Maybe I just take the rare here. Mostly because I don't really care about any card in here. Invoke the Divine is definitely main deckable. I like the Confessor more than the Paladin. This is a certainly worthwhile combat trick. And Weight of Memory is actually not bad. 5-mana draw 3 is not bad. The mill aspect is probably not insanely relevant, but doable. This is tough. I'm going to take the draw 3 just because I don't know if I'm in. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Guess we'll take the flight now. Getting the Candleback's kind of crazy. That card's really good, actually. Do we... I guess Poet could get us back this. Otherwise, we could take the Blessing, I suppose. You don't get a Legendary Demon, though, do you? No. We'll take this anyway. Soul Salvage is actually pretty good. Alright. That's pretty crazy getting those that late. So... Could be just blue-black. That might be... We don't have super strong ones currently. Icy. Nice open. We'll take that over Vicious Offering. So let's see where we're at if we decide to play blue-black. Which I'm kind of fine with, actually. This is fine. We're going to take the Manipulator here, obviously. And then we get past a Shalai. That's kind of crazy. I mean, this card is worth just jamming. Otherwise, there's Deathbloom Thought or Whisper. But just getting past Shalai is crazy to me. Like, this card is absolutely worth taking. That's so weird. So we can take the Elfame Druid here. Technically, we can splash white, actually. Okay, alright. I think I finally figured out what we're supposed to do. Took me long enough. So blue's gone. And then we play junk colors, and we splash white. I think that's what we do. Because then we can take a black card here, which is good anyway. So, like Abomination, which I like. Urgaros, probably better, because it flies, and is historic. Otherwise I could take the Folly, but we're a little bit playable late now, because we're kind of switching gears into this green-black splash white plan, which is fine, actually. I kind of like it still. I'm a huge Windgrace Acolyte proponent, especially with double Soul Salvage. It's pretty sweet. Otherwise I could take the Lingering Phantom, which is good too. I'm going to take the Acolyte, though. I really like this card a lot. The gain 3 life tends to always be good. So we could take the Envoy. Envoy does actually let us splash white, so albeit at a pretty expensive cost. You end up paying 6 mana for Blessed Light. That's probably still fine. Otherwise, I'm not going to splash for Unicorn. Don't really need a Drudge Sentinel. Could take the Primordial Worm, but I'm going to take the Envoy. How many legends do I even have? I don't have that many. I just have 2. So, I could take the Ooze, or I could take the Abomination. But I guess Ooze isn't super exciting anyway. I like Abomination a lot anyway. I'm okay with 18 land decks too. I'm not opposed to that. Another chance at getting the Memorial, but I'm going to take the Deathbloom Thallid. We already have double Soul Salvage, so I'm not sure that we need that. I actually like Voltaic Servant. We have Icy Manipulator, so it's fine. A 1/3 body for 2 is actually not bad. I'll take another Infection, I think. Kind of like this card. We're creature light, but I'm probably not playing Blessing anyway. Shield of the Realm, likely not happening, honestly, but I don't think the Paladin, well, maybe the Paladin is. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, that's a decent amount. Divest is probably main deckable. Really don't need another Soul Salvage, but we'll take it to cut black. Someone can have a Prospector. Alright. I actually still like the path that we're on. I think it just needs a little bit of help. And it can get there. We have 10 creatures with the right of Bells and Lock. Is Jorah worth anything? I'm going to assume right away no, but we'll take a look. 51 cents. No. So probably a Surveyor makes the most sense for us. Fixes our color. I'd be fine actually splashing Reproach, but I think Surveyor makes more sense for us. Another Elfhame Druid is definitely in order. Otherwise, Saproling Migration would be welcome as well, but we actually want this. Even without the kicker, I just want to get some ramp. Actually, do we have kicker in here? Guess we don't, which is surprising. But even a 2-mana ramp is still pretty good. It's no Lano or Elf, but it'll have to do. So we could splash the Reproach once again. Triumph of Gerard, you could splash that potentially too. Otherwise, we could take the Confessor or the Omnivore. We don't have a ton of Saproling makers, though. I think Reproach is actually pretty good in this format, but I guess we only have 12 creatures right now. I'd probably still take the Reproach, honestly. I wish I could splash that. Fungal Plots is kind of cool, but we don't have a ton of creature cards. And it doesn't work well with our Soul Salvages. I may take it anyway. I guess Fungal Infection's kind of a creature card too. We do have a few Saproling cards, but not a lot. Otherwise, Gift of Growth too is a trick. I'm going to take the Plots. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it work, but I'm going to see if we can. So we could take another Abomination. We have 2 ramps, so that might be okay. Otherwise, I take the Memorial. But that's kind of counter to Fungal Plots too. Guardians, but I don't know if we have a lot of Into the Battlefield stuff. I'd probably just take Abomination. I'm fine with that. Impulse. It's okay. Whisper, I suppose. We have some tokens. Another Infection or a Primordial Worm. I think we're good on top end, so we'll take the Infection. I like getting these saplings, actually. It gives us some fungal plots synergy. Guess we'll take a colony. Take another one, I suppose. Hmm. Guess we can take this one. Hmm. Sentinel, Construct, and a Confessor. I still kind of like Confessor. It's actually pretty versatile. Trapper. Honor Guard. All the Blessing of Bells unlock. Alright. So, I guess you can count fungal infections as creature cards, sort of. You can definitely count Spore Swarm as one, and the Rite of Bells unlock. So, alright, so I do think we can put the pieces together here to make this actually fine. I think we're just going to get probably off the fungal plots plan, though, and stick to more of a soul salvage plan. Maybe probably just need one, actually. I don't think we need the Servant. Probably don't need to main deck the Divest, because we're more focused on removing via Icy Manipulator, Reproach, and Blessed Light. So Guardians of Koilos don't really need that either, which is fine. Whisper and Soul Salvage I think is good to get back like our Shalai or our Abominations or Urgoros or whatever. Cabal Paladin, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's actually more than I expected to have with the Paladin. It's not bad. We still have 17 creatures. I don't know if I need the rat colonies. They're pretty mediocre. Like I can cut them and it doesn't really hurt the deck that much because we have the fungal infections for days for cheap things anyway. So if we're worried about, 2/2s, you can just kill them. -1/-1, block with my Saproling. So I actually think this card is really strong. Really versatile. One more cut. It should probably be a non-creature, but if it was a creature, that would bring us to 14 creature cards. 14 creature in parentheses cards, because remember, these are creatures too. I don't really want to cut fungal infection, but like I said, I think actually Reproach is still worth the splash. I think this card is still very good. The weakest card in my deck. What is the absolute weakest card in my deck? It may be one of our 4-drops, like the Cabal Paladin or something. Like, even though there's 7 cards that synergize with this, I'd probably rather just... And remember, these can count as creature cards too, technically. So really, it's like we have 17 creatures. Something like that. I think this is fine, though. We probably don't need the Paladin. We have enough 4-drops. We're going to run... We have 3 white spells. We're probably, with the Surveyor and the Envoy, We can probably get away with, because we actually don't have that much green, but we do need to be able to play green early for the druid. I'm trying to think if I can get away with maybe they want more white than green. That's really strange. I don't know what made them come up with that. It's not what I expected. I wonder if we could do something like this, maybe? With the surveyor, it gives us like 9, 7, 4, which is decent. I may be able to do something more like this, because with 2 planes, a survey, and an envoy, I can still pretty reliably play my white. And I want to play those druids right at the beginning, because I want to get to my 4 and 5 drop stuff. We actually do have some double black, though, which makes me a little bit concerned. I think I'm going to do it like this. We also need double green, I guess, for Shalai, technically. But, I mean, that's not the most important thing. But I guess we're going to do this. I don't know how I feel about this mana base. But I think this deck is actually okay. So we're going to run it like this. And we'll see you round 1.